Did. He talked the talk, he walked the walk, and Luke Humphries can hold his head high. He did very little wrong. There was only 13 missed starts in the entire match at a double, and that was played over 5 hotly contested sets. It was a special performance, and we discussed it last night. People say, why is Peter Wright in your greatest ever top 10? Well, that last night was an example of why he's in there, where he's drawn this from, and how he's managed to get himself into this kind of form only he knows. But credit where credit's due. That was simply stunning and shocking at the same time.
Yeah, I think so, but never bat against someone who's won 2 of these world titles. We've seen in the past from other people when we don't talk about them as much, they say, don't forget about me. We were talking on our Aces and Arrows podcast for the talkSPORT network in the last couple of weeks, and I said at the very first episode, I don't expect anything from Peter Wright. That wasn't me saying that he couldn't go on and do something. I just didn't expect anything because the numbers and the form didn't give us a clue as to what could possibly happen. Now that he's back in the quarterfinals again after a performance like that, a complete 180 is needed. There's no reason why he can't be a 3-time world champion.
And we looked over his last 12 months, took a recent sample from things like the Slam, the European Championships, etc., and it's littered with averages in the 80s. You know, it's a bit like the same thing with Joe Cullen. You know, the odds compilers look at the same data that we've got, and that's how they come up with their favoritism or lack of favoritism for certain players.
Well, welcome along. We're live at the Alexandra Palace here. 6 more games spread across 2 sessions. Welcome along as well. If you're watching on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, plenty of you doing that. Thanks to all you that have subscribed and liked. Please continue to do that. Kevin Doets, well, it's fair to say he's ridden his luck, involved in an absolute cracker against Michael Smith, survived match starts against Krzysztof Ratajski. He takes on Chris Dobey, who is amongst the favourites for the title. Robert Owen, an emotional performance from him last night, guaranteed his tour card and his professional status. He takes on the informed Callan Ritz, yet to drop a set in this tournament. And we round off the afternoon. Ricardo Pietreczko's been in fine form, dumped out Scott Williams and Jan van Veen on the way to the last 16. He takes on Nathan Aspinall, who thumped Andrew Gilding in the last round. Then tonight, Stephen Bunting. He must surely be up there with a big chance of winning this tournament. Wins over Gotthard and Rasma, gets him to this stage. Luke Woodhouse is his opponent, who dumped out Damon Hector. Then we've got Van Gerwen against De Graaf, and we round off the night with Luke Littler against Ryan Joyce. Could well be the match of the day so far. Right, before we get underway then, it's time to get the very latest odds with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Well, good afternoon to Sam Norris. Sam, hope you're well. Well, it's got to be a good day for you yesterday, hasn't it, with the world champ getting thumped by Peter Wright?
Yeah, anytime the world champion, the world #1 gets knocked out of a major darts tournament, it's usually a good day for the bookmakers. You're right, Mark.
Where are we going today? The cracking ties, but the pressure's now, isn't it, on some of the pretenders to the deliver under pressure.
Yeah, very much so. Looking forward to the double session today, starting with Kevin Doets versus Chris Dobey to kick us off. 5-2 for Doets. Dobey priced up at 100-30 on. I think the key here for Doets' chances is he's got to get off to a faster start than he did against Krzysztof Ratajski. He may as well have not come out of his hotel room for the first 2 sets. He does start slowly. I think he's in danger of being blown away by Chris Dobey. I thought the angle into the match was maybe playing on the 180s, though. Dobey had 9 when beating Rock in the previous. He's had 8 against Ratajski yesterday. The line is set at a rather generous 14.5, I thought. 5-6 for over 14.5 maxima in that match. Robert Owen versus Callan Ritz next up. Owen 21-10, Ritz 4-11. As you mentioned at the top of the piece there, Owen must feel like he's had to save his tour card twice already through the course of the tournament. No pressure on him, but Ritz has probably been the standout player thus far. This is on paper an easier match than Vandenberg or Schindler is. He beat both of them without dropping a set. He's 4-1 to win 4-zip today, Callan Ritz. He's 6-4 minus 2.5. So that gives Owen a set. I think both of those bets are interesting. And Pietreczko taking on Aspinall to round off the session. 11-10 Pietreczko, I think, appeals. Comfortable at all against Leonard Gates in his first match of the tournament. Better against Gilding, but he wasn't spectacular. I think there'll be a few that are eyeballing Pietreczko as the outside of that one, and we've already moved that price in a little bit into 11-10 today, so punters are coming for the marginal outsider in that game.
Okay, and outright-wise, I'm guessing, well, I know Luke Littler's your new favourite for sure.
Yeah, Mr. Luke Littler, odds on now for the 2025 World Darts Championship at 10 to 11. MVG 9 to 2. Obviously, his half of the draw has really opened up. Gerwen price is 9 to 1. Callan Rydz has been so impressive so far. He's into 11 to 1. He's joint fourth favourite for the crown with Peter Wright. But now he's odds on for the world title, Luke Littler. Do you think he'll ever start to feel any pressure, Mark?
Well, we think he's felt a bit already, Mace, don't we? He's not been great at the start of his games, and if Joyce is going to get him, he's going to have to get him early tonight.
Yeah, and Joyce is a different proposition to anybody at the moment. He needs to just find something more on his scoring, which was there or thereabouts against a very good Searle. Let's not forget Searle averaged more than Peter Wright did last night, Ryan Searle did, and Ryan Joyce still had too much for him in the end.
Yeah, he did indeed. I've got to have it just quickly, guys. Robert Owen, quick turnaround, played late last night, massive emotional high for him. He's back on the stage, 12, 14 hours later. Can he? I think that Rydz handicap bet sure thing, doesn't it?
It does. I'm trying to find a way that Robert Owen can be seen as someone who can win this game. And I go back to when he was playing the Challenge Tour. He was very used to playing 2 events a day in back-to-back days, and then another one on day 3. But he hasn't done that for about 2 and a bit years. That's the problem. I think his engine at the minute is going to be tested probably more than it ever has. He's played a lot of long format, constant game on game on game in a day, but this is a different kettle of fish. I think the adrenaline spike of last night and the emotional turmoil he's been through, I think what we see from him in the first couple of sets against Rydz will tell us what the result will be. Okay,
Mace, quickly, what's your nap of the day today?
Well, I've gone. It was an anomaly, the amount of 180s Doets hits. He doesn't usually hit that many in a match. I've gone Dobey to win most 180s at 4 to 6. I've gone the match treble with Rydz against Owen. I think he's going to be mentally absolutely fried out there. And listen, Rydz has been the player of the tournament so far. And I fancy Pietreczko as well. I think at 11 to 10, I think he does Aspinall, who's been far from convincing.
Your nap before you leave us?
Yeah, I'm going to push the bows out and go for Rydz 4-zip. Like the guys were saying there, I think it's hard to make a case for Robert Owen yet to drop a set against superior players in the last 2 rounds. I think 4 to 1 is a big price that Rydz wins 4-0.
It is indeed. Thank you as ever, Sam. Ladies, all thanks to William Hill. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, I want to echo those. My reasoning a lot behind the Ricardo win. He beat Gates, who was disappointing 3-1 and only needed an 88 average. Gilded didn't show up. Where for Pietreczko, apart from Zong, where he averaged the same 88, he had to beat Van Veen, who was fancied, and then Scott Williams, who has been outstanding, hasn't he? And he averaged 97 and did a bit of a job on him 4 sets to 1.
Yeah,
I think he's had the firmer competition and has answered it comfortably.
Yeah, just before people say, oh, Robert Owen's done, I think Robert Owen has climbed Mount Everest. He's now just going to have a breather. I just cannot see. It's not against him. I think if this game's played in a week, I've got an entirely different opinion on it. He was on that stage yesterday night. Mentally, he's had a family loss. He's gone through mental hell retaining his tour card. I just cannot see he can do it again today.
We already think that Robert Owen is a hero for what he's done. He's taken his unexpected invite to Alexandra Palace. He did put himself in the first reserve position, but the fact remains that he's already won in this tournament. He's accomplished pretty much everything he could possibly dream of over the Christmas and New Year period. But there are other people who are more equipped right now and fresher to take him out, and they've got very different goals to him.
Yeah, and that turmoil, he beat Zonneveld, which was a great win anyway. He beat him 3 sets to 1. He thought, right, that's it, I'm sorted. Then he's beat Clemens, walked in, didn't he, to our green room to do an interview with you, going, right, that's it, I'm in. And Nico's like, oh, hang on a minute, son, you're not quite in yet. And then
finally yesterday he was in.
Well, De Graaf then won again, beating Anderson, which no one expected. And you're like, all right, nope, you're not in again. And then he had to beat Ricky Evans. So with the loss of his grandfather and everything that's gone on around it, last night must have been like a whirlwind, you know, doing all the post-match press stuff and then eventually getting back to your hotel and then sitting down with your family and probably wanting to relax for a couple of hours. Yeah, it's a tough ask. It's a tough turnaround.
It is indeed. Stephen Bunting up there with the favourites. He takes on Luke Woodhouse later on. Michael Van Gerwen, Jeffrey de Graaf, Luke Littler against Ryan Joyce. 6 crackers. Who are the favourites? And I'll ask you both, who are the favourites today do you think is most at risk of getting dumped out?
Oh, that's a great question. Aspinall,
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I can't see Dobey losing to Doets. The numbers again just don't stack up for me.
I can see Bunting beating Woodhouse because the head-to-head record is incredibly lopsided.
Yeah, he's won the last 9 against him. It's 10-1 overall.
Van Gerwen against de Graaf. I can see popping in a performance there because yet again he needs to come to this place and say, don't forget about the 3-time champ. And I can see the Joyce game being a total climax of the year. I see 7 sets in that, and I still haven't figured out who I think is going to win it.
Good stuff. Robert Owen, by the way, has just tweeted, ready to go again at the Palace. The pressure is well and truly off now, but I want to keep this run going, and I'm in good form. Callum will be a tough cookie, but I'm ready for it. Saying all the right things. Let's see what happens. Right, what a day of darts we've got ahead. Opening game, well, you just said it, Chris. You think Chris Dobey's got too much for Kevin Doets, who's ridden his luck, but he's still in. He's got a puncher's chance, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, listen. You never know, even as a player, what's going to happen when you turn up. You do everything right, you prepare right, you feel good, but sometimes instead of going in between the wires, they go the other side. But you look at the seasonal numbers, 90.38 for Doets, 97.17. Dobey, who hasn't even got out of third gear for me, he's averaging 96 for the tournament, where if you look at Doets, he was in a bit of drama with Noah Lynn, eventually got through 3-1. Got put through the ringer against Mike Smith, and then Ratajski, not many people beat Ratajski with averages in the 80s. He somehow managed to, even though, well, shock horror, Christoph 95, Ratajski averaged 95.
If Kevin Doets wins this match after surviving match starts again, we're going to be starting a conversation about Kirk Shepherd from 2008 again.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't happen very often at all where people survive multiple games and progress. Rob Cross did it in 2018 when Dimitri missed a shot and Michael Smith missed a couple of darts to take him out early on in the tournament. But I think he might have had his fortune when it comes to other people missing their chances to take him out. Dobey has made the last 8 over the last 2 years, and he will fully expect to do it again. And he's got redemption on his mind. You
can all go all the way back to 2007, one of the most famous finals we had. In the first round of that tournament, Colin Lloyd missed multiple darts at double 18, didn't he, Nico? To knock out 4 darts to knock out Raymond Barneveld, and he went on to win the tournament, of course. If your name's on pot, lad.
Yeah, if your name's on the pot. Well, we'll find out here this afternoon. The atmosphere is building. We can see John McDonald about to go on stage. We're going to have all 6 games live for you, just to mark your card as well. New Year's Day, double header of darts on talkSPORT 2, lunchtime. First 2 quarter-finals, then in the evening we're back for the 3rd and 4th quarter-finals. Then it's semi-finals night, Thursday night. We're live and exclusive on talkSPORT, and the final on Friday the 3rd will be live and exclusive on talkSPORT. We're all set for the action. It's going to be another pulsating day of darts. May the best players win and make it through to the last 8. Mace will be back with us for games 2 and 3 this afternoon. But first up, Kevin Doets against Chris Dobey here. An expected Alexandra Palace awaits. Welcome along if you're on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Over 1 million views already so far this tournament. Thanks to each and every one of you for joining us. Let's get down to the stage with John McDonald.
You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the Alexandra Palace, London. It's the 4th round action of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Netherlands, a 3-time development tour winner, the winner of 2 challenge tours, Kevin Doets.
Punch of the air from the Dutchman.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking part in his 9th World Championship, the winner of 5 PDC titles, looking for his 3rd World Championship quarter-final. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Masters is Hollywood Chris Dobey.
Might have to do it again to make his way to New Year darts, where Gezi Price and Peter Wright already are, and they're having the first of 2 days off before they come back for another assault on the Sid Waddell Trophy.
Gerwen Price awaits the winner of this match in the bottom half of the draw that contains Michael van Gerwen, Jeffrey de Graaf, Robert Owen and Callan Rydz. Are we about to see an entirely new, different name on that great trophy? Look, everyone that's in it now will feel they can win it. But you've got to get through to the new year, and then 3 more titanic tussles to get your hands on that magnificent trophy.
When you've done it before, you feel you can do it again. I'm not talking about winning it, I'm talking about getting to New Year's Day. 1st of January 2024, Chris Dobey was 4-0 up against Rob Cross and cruising to the semi-finals for the first time. Then he lost the next 5 sets to Rob Cross, and he went home devastated. If he makes it back to January 1st again, he has a chance at redemption to make sure that that is history books and the book is closed so he can move forward.
Dobey has the throw, race to 4 sets for a place in the quarterfinals here on New Year's Day. 60 for Dobey, 86 for Doets. Dobey the 15 seed in the red bit, first 140 for him.
It's been a great World Championship so far, but the story is not fully written. 7-ton-plus averages, 2 of them coming from Callan Rydz, who you will see in the next match against Robert Owen on talkSPORT 2 and on our YouTube channel. 153 ton-plus checkouts. We should get to 200 in that category as well. 684 180s as we push to try and break 913 from last year.
Yeah, you are listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Find rooms for as little as £49 in the Big Village sale at villagehotels.com. Dobey down to 114, Doets on 264.
Only 60. Leaves him 34 points outside the finishing zone, so Dobey's got 114 and a small 20 to start. Over to the 18s and slips into the treble 4. So 82 left, looking at the bullseye, gets a small 3, so that's a little bit ragged in the first leg of the contest. A little bit of reparation work needed to take this first leg on throw in 6 visits.
41. No real pressure though there, and that last start is a disaster for Doets because he hasn't left a finish. So Dobey's got all the time in the world, 79, so it's 19. Single 20 for tops, and this to hold throw at the start of the day here at the Alexandra Palace. Cuts the bottom wire, so one chance has been and gone for Dobey.
A chance gone, but he is coming back. And I loved what our friends at William Hill said a matter of 15 minutes ago, saying that Doets can't get up to the same start as yesterday. He might lose the first leg again as Dobey goes for double 10 and hits it with his second dart to open in 20 darts. Steady enough, something to work with. But Doets has got to be faster at the blocks, and he finds the first max of the day, the first of many.
That gets the crowd going. Last day of darts of 2024. What a day it promises to be, and you'll hear it all live and exclusive right here on talkSPORT 2. Fans young and old in the building, lapping up the action.
Very much enjoying a sign out in the audience today that said Dobey won Kenobi. That's a good one. Be creative. Don't just say hello, Mum.
96.
Write something.
Why not?
Everybody's done that. Think of something creative. Do something different. We saw this morning a very different fancy dress costume. I've been screaming from the rafters for something different. I saw a ghost with a Santa hat on. That's different.
That to me sounds like a cheap option. 54 for Doets for an 11-dart hold of throw. Way over the top with tops. Ooh, underneath, but Dobey's not on a finish yet.
Not yet. But you'd fancy Doets will take 20 points when he comes back. Things are getting incrementally better. This is what happens in World Championship matches. Just got to go with the flow in the first set or two. Make sure you're competitive. 2 darts outside the double 10. And Doets offers a chance for Dobey to double his lead against the darts on 69.
Yeah, this is a set that Dobey had the throw in, expected to win it. Treble 19 for double 6 to go 2-0 up. A 2-dart kill for Chris Dobey. And an early break, and Doets with double trouble. 5 missed darts for his opening leg of the match.
Chris Dobey's mum in the audience, as she always is when he plays at Ali Pali. She doesn't miss a game. And Dobey starts with a 140. A bad last start, a good inch under the 60, but he'll take that 140 start, that's for sure. It's a big day for Geordies today. I put out on the X account this morning that Dobey's playing today, Rids is playing today. Dobey and Rids are from the same town of Bedlington in Northumberland, but are big Newcastle fans. Then you got Newcastle's Ryan Joyce tonight, live on talkSPORT 2 up against Luke Littler. And a small matter of Newcastle at Manchester United later, which is live on talkSPORT.
You're taking over the world, Nico.
I'm not. talkSPORT 2 is.
Dobey on throw. This for the set as well. 2 treble 19s. He gets down to 170. Doets on 282. And he's not going to get the trebles needed. So Dobey here doesn't need to go for the big fish for the opening set, but it would be a nice way to get the crowd going.
What about 3 of them? One of them from Doets yesterday. First start is smack bang in the middle of the 60. Second one's in. Crowd pleasing time. And he hits a small 16, just for good measure.
Chris Dobey. No wonder he apologised. That was a shocking effort at the bullseye.
That was like a Chris Waddle penalty. Way off target.
It was a bit lower than a Chris Waddle penalty, in fairness. Double 17. Now he's going 2 for double 16. Dobey, clear mind, clear thinking. This for the set. Misses one on the outside. Is that a blocker? Can he get one just over the top? No, he can't. So Doets has got a chance here, and all of a sudden that decision to go for the ball may have backfired slightly.
Yeah, this 108 for Kevin is to make sure he's not nailed in the first set again for the second consecutive day, and the dart's falling out of the board.
I don't think it was in, though. I don't think it was in.
It hit the flight, it lost all its momentum, and it wasn't in the 32 bed. But this next dart might be from the 15 seed Dobey.
Yeah, this needs to go in for the set. Again, he's outside it. Got enough to see it. No, double 8. Both players missing doubles early on. Dobey then. Well, that's 5 darts now. He has missed. In fact, 6 darts he's missed for the set. Dobey to break, Doets to break throw, my apologies, steps in. 2-1 now. And both players missing multiple darts at the start of the set. And Doets has got the throw here to try and level up the opening set. Dobey leads by 2 legs to 1 opening set.
Yeah, you don't want to do that when you're 2-0 up. In fact, you don't want to do it any time. The fact is, now that Doets has got that leg on the board, he's had that settler. He gets his second max right there. And this set might be very different from that turning point at the end of leg 3.
Doets single 1, then comes down for cover after the opening max. Lovely adjustment. 2 treble visit. Gets him down to 206. Got to try and put the pressure back on Dobey's toes here. Dobey with treble 20, treble 1 and single 20. Crowd looking on. A lot of ground to make up here, and Doets already down to a finish.
I wonder if he's relying on getting it done in leg 5. Based on the 250-point margin here that Dobey has against him.
100, Kevin, you've applied 68.
I think he might be. 68 for Doets. Gets a treble 20. Looking at double 4. Misses it inside. So double 2. And he's in the madhouse after 12. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. And Dobey now, we're thinking if he can get a 140 minimum here, and he's in the red bit. There is pressure being applied. How much pressure? Plenty of it. He's down to double 19. Doets double 1, a safe. Getting closer, 1 dart left, and he hits the wire. That was a millimetre away.
It really was. Too safe with the first one, but got very close. Dobey on 38, straight for it. Specialty time. Usually he hits double 19 twice. He did win the match the last time he was on it, and he's covered it twice. How does he hit this double 19? Goes through the posts, but it doesn't register. And that is now 9 darts for the set missed.
But Doets is bust. Wow. Pressure building. Opening set. Dobey leading by 2 legs to 1. He's going to split it this time. He's gone 6 for double 16. So Dobey for the set. Another dart. Got one more at double 8. And this time he gets it. It's not often you hear Dobey roar on the stage, but he did then. 12 darts in the set, he missed. Wow. 10 of them to win it. Eventually he got there in the end. Kevin Doets will be kicking himself. Opportunity been and gone for the Dutchman. But it's Chris Dobey, the man from the northeast, who takes the early advantage. Race to 4 on talkSPORT 2. It's Doets 0, Dobey 1. We're live at the Alexandra Palace, and Chris Dobey has just won a nervy opening set. Both players missing 12 darts at double in the opening 4 legs, but it's Dobey who prevails with that double 8 finish to lead by a set to 0. Gerwen Price awaits in the quarterfinals on New Year's Day here. Race to 4 sets for a place in the last 8. Busy day of darts still to come. Robert Owen takes on Callan Ridds, and we round off the afternoon session. Ricardo Pietreczko against Nathan Aspinall. Then tonight it's the Bullet. Stephen Bunting takes on Luke Woodhouse. Michael Van Gerwen, 3-time former champion of the world, takes on Jeffrey de Graaf. And Luke Littler, champion-elect in the eyes of many, and certainly the bookmakers, takes on Ryan Joyce, who could well be a lively outsider. All those games to come. It's Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you here in the commentary box for game 1, and it was nervy. Dobey missed multiple darts. Doets could have levelled up the set, taking it to a last leg. He'll be kicking himself.
Yeah, he will be. Opportunity presented itself. He didn't take full advantage of it. But you remarked on the stage at the end of that set, Mark, that Dobey let out a little bit of a yelp. And I think that was purely out of frustration at not getting that set won a little bit sooner. But look on the bright side. You have a break after that. You can take stock and then move on. He has still won the set. Is 1-0 up. Needs 3 more to be involved in January the 1st, which is one of the most exciting days of darts that we can possibly bring you.
It is indeed. Doets with a throw then. Start of set 2. Where we should be in terms of throw. 99, the opening gambit from Kevin Doets. Don't forget, on our talkSPORT Darts YouTube page, we'll have all the interviews from the players, darts content from across the talkSPORT network, along with all our commentaries. And that's all thanks to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game. Thanks to all that have liked and subscribed on YouTube. If you've not done it yet, please do it. Plenty of you joining day after day, and plenty involved in the chat as well.
Yeah, Chris has been to the last 16 5 times before this. First time he was there was back in 2019, where he lost to Gary Anderson by 4 sets to 3. That was a cracking game. Both averaged around the 100 mark. The year after that, he lost to Glenn Durrant in 7 sets, and that hurt Chris, because he's got a friendly rivalry with Glenn. In darting terms, that was Newcastle versus Middlesbrough. Then Dobey would lose 4-3 in sets to Humphries 2 years later, but since then, in 23 and 24, he has come through this stage of the tournament without needing a last set decider, winning 4-2 against Rob Cross, and then 4-0 against Michael Smith last year, averaging nearly 103. That was destructive.
Certainly was. He's got levels to his game, but he's struggling a little bit here, Dobey. He's on 180 after 2 single 20s. And in the end, he played it safe, went for big 10 to leave the big fish. Doets on 1-1-2. Can't find the treble. 2 really well thrown darts. In the end, he leaves double 6. So Dobey then for a roof raiser.
Second time he's left it in the match. Second time is not the charm. He's looking for the 19s to leave himself handily placed. He gets 4 to leave 74. Doets on double 6. Misses with dart 1, but dart 2 is pinpoint. Right in the middle to get the first leg of set number 2 on talkSPORT 2. Just doesn't seem too sharp at the minute, Dobey. Myself and Chris Mason were talking about him this morning, and we said he's averaged 95 and 97 in the tournament so far, and he looks like he hasn't even come out of 3rd or 4th gear. There's so much more to give. Is he going to need to find it in this game, or is he just going to find a way to get through with something like an 86 to 90 average?
Maybe that's all he will need to do today.
60.
Great players find more gears when they're pushed. Doets isn't really pushing Dobey at this stage, but there's nothing wrong with winning ugly. The words of Callan Ridds yesterday. Not that he won ugly.
Doesn't say when they give you the check how well you played, just said whether you won or lost. And Doets, slow start against Ratajski yesterday. He's slow starting again. Again, Dobey's left the big fish. Again, he misses the first treble. Comes down for cover. Oh, that's a lovely visit. Leaves double 18. And he'll be back for that with Doets way back.
Much better. Doets will pressurise. Courtesy of his 3rd maximum. Leaves 77. Dobey left for 36 after those 2 treble 19s, and takes a 13 darter, and that's more like it. It's 1-1 in set 2. Doets and Dobey now starting to establish a rhythm as Doets gets another dart out of the board. Curiously, we had a bit of a chat yesterday about Ricky Evans and Robert Owen not getting a bounce out in the tournament.
Hold on a second. No, let's get this right. You jinxed Ricky Evans and Robert Owen yesterday by mentioning the fact that they hadn't had a bounce out.
Kevin's had
true or not true?
True. Kevin's had plenty. He's had 9 or 10 now.
137.
Dobey hasn't had any fall out the board or hit a wire. So don't do it, Chris.
Doets down to 2-4-4.
100.
That's a fine moustache on that chap in the crowd there. Wowzers.
Look like Sherlock Holmes, that guy.
Yeah, 1-4-4 Doets. Dobey on 3-5-5. Couple of routine holds early on in set 2. It's 1-0. Chris Dobey leads. Race to 4, and again Dobey peppering the treble 19.
Yeah, not enough though. Leaves 2:21 after 9. Doets is already on a finish, and he's brought it down by 60. So 84 is okay as long as Dobey doesn't find a 2 treble visit here, but it looks ominous. Dart 1, top of the 60. Then another. Plenty to play with dart 3. Gets the max to leave himself on 41. This 84's huge in set 2.
Yeah, and it might be 14 for the bull. It is. Bullseye for a holder throw. Bullseye he gets. Might have had trouble on the outer ring. No trouble with a little red bit in the middle, and it's 2-1 to Doets in set 2.
Boy, has he had some good bullseye finishes in this tournament. He's had a 170 against Ratajski. He had a 90 out against Michael Smith that was class. And he's really starting to cook with gas now. 140 to start, and that focus of Doets really has been switched on now. He's going to need it, because Dobey's starting to establish a little bit of quality.
I think there's a chance here. These two are going to kick each other up a few gears here for sure, because Dobey's just filled it up and Doets is coming straight back at him.
Just a small matter of 7 180s. It's set 2, leg 4. Could be another. Dobey hits it, he leaves 60 after 9. Only a 140 to leave a ton, but it's still a 2-dart chance to equalise at 2-2 in the second set.
Yeah, and crucially take it on the Doets throw to a deciding leg. But Doets is waiting on 41, so there's pressure on this for Dobey. Straight ton he needs. Is it going to be tops? Or is that a marker? Well, he went tops and he doesn't find it. Leaves tops, so Doets for the set. 41 needed. It's 9 for double 16 to level up the match. Inside double 8. We're all level. This one is just starting to simmer nicely. Dobey got off to the best start, winning the opening set, but Doets hits him straight back. 4 needed for a place in the quarterfinals. Could be set for a long one here. It's Doets 1, Dobey 1. Another huge day of darts here from the Alexandra Palace. 6 ties that will decide which 6 players go through to join Peter Wright and Gerwen Price in the final 8 of the PDC World Darts Championship. You'll hear all 6 games live and exclusive right here on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. You are listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Find rooms for as little as £49 in the Big Village sale at villagehotels.com. 1-1 in the opener. Kevin Doets hits back against Chris Dobey, and just signs there, Paul Nicholson, that the scoring levels are starting to go up, the finishing is improving, standards going up across the board.
Most definitely. Dobey's averaged 106.67 in that second set and has lost it. But what was impressive from Doets is that he raised his level and used having the darts to its full degree. You can have a lesser average than your opponent in a set like that, but as long as you're competitive enough and you give yourself enough chances, you can get yourself level like he did. That will give him a lot of impetus going into this third set. Just imagine if he can break Chris Dobey here, he'll put the Northumbrian back on the back foot, because there were times in that first set where Doets was just asking a few questions. I just wonder what the complexity of set 3 will be. If Dobey maintains this 106 average level with the darts in set 3, I expect him to go 2 sets to 1 up, but it can't be that simple, surely.
Well, we'll find out. Won't take too long, whatever happens. Nearly 15 minutes of hockey time, and it's 1 set apiece. Race to 4 here, Dobey with the throw. And he's down, hitting that treble 19 again. 96, his opening throw in set 3.
I like that you brought up hockey time, because that's something we like to talk about as we get towards the business end of the tournament. I know that Kevin Doets has played 1 extra match, but he's had 2 hours and 7 minutes of hockey time before this started. Chris Dobey's only had 1 hour and 10 minutes. So that's roughly an hour less of hockey time. Even when you consider that Kevin's had an extra match, that's still a bit of a difference.
We've seen a few Pikachu fans in the building. Ricardo Pietrezco takes on Nathan Aspinall later on. That could be anything. Well worth hanging around for that one alone. Well, this game is getting the afternoon off to a fine start. Dobey down to 207, Doets on 251. Dobey at the hockey now. He's got the throw in this leg. 1 set apiece on talkSPORT 2.
That's the first start he's looking for. He can do anything he wants with that first start in the top of the 60, slightly to the right as well. Gets a second treble and leaves 70 with Doets now leaving 158.
70 then for the opening leg. 18, so it'll be single 20 for double 16. And double 16 is collected. And Dobey with a routine hold of throw at the start of set 3. 1 set apiece, 1 leg to 0 to Dobey.
When Dobey was playing against Rock in the previous round a couple of days ago, it did take him 2, possibly 3 sets to get his best rhythm moving. He's got this thing
96.
That a good friend of his from many, many years, a guy called Gary Robson, who is someone who's played in Bedlington a lot, funny enough. He's played at a lot of Lakeside championships over the years. One of the men who's played at the most Lakesides. But they've got something in common. In the first and second set, establishing a rhythm with his throw. When he gets more comfortable, he does speed up. When he gets that sweet spot rhythm, he turns into a completely different player, and he's getting very close to it now.
Does everyone in Bedlington get a dartboard for like their 3rd birthday? Because it seems everyone in Bedlington's great at darts.
You've got no idea. There's a 171 from Dobey to leave 100. He is going through the gears all right. But Bedlington in Northumberland is known for 2 things.
59.
And no, it's not Chris Dobey and Callan Ridds. It's the Terriers football team and the fact that darts is their sport.
It is. Dobey needs double 10. He was on 100, he's hit single and the treble 20, now double 10 for a break of throw. And Dobey is go through the gears now. 6 of 18 now, up to 33% after a lackluster start. And now he's got the throw here to wrap up the 3rd set in double quick time.
Yeah, Doets is in trouble now because Dobey's starting to get something moving. But if you want to know just one more thing about Bedlington, around 20 years ago,
96.
Bedlington Station Club, which is just outside of the A189 motorway on the way to North Northumberland and lovely coastal region, they used to have a really successful league team, which was the breeding ground for county players, and they used to bring in ringers every now and again. One night, somebody walks in with an earring in his left ear, black hair, lots of gel. Everybody said, "Who's that?" "Oh, his name's Gary Anderson. He's from Eyemouth, just up the way."
180.
I hope he played better than he did on the second round here.
98.
2-time former champion Gary Anderson, still the last man to retain this great crown, because Luke Humphries has fallen by the wayside. Dobey on 130, hits the treble, doesn't need to go for the ball. Is he going to go for it? No, this time he plays the odds. Dobey Set 3. He's on double 16 after 12.
This is almost unplayable because it's on the darts and he's averaging 113. Double 16 for the set. Just outside. He chooses not to move. Now he'll have to. He's blocked the entire bed. How does he hit this double 16? Well, I tell you what, Alexander Isak would have been proud of that one. Hits the back of the net, through 2 darts. Is there anything Chris Dobey couldn't do in that set? The answer is no. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it is. Great effort from Dobey. He's now 7 of 22 on the outer ring. 4 of 18 for Doets, who's 2-1 down here in a race to 4. We are still on throw. We've got to remember that, as well as Dobey played in that 3rd set. He did have the throw. He wants a set like that against the Doets throw, doesn't he?
Absolutely right. He wants to get that buffer, especially when there is a possibility that if he breaks Doets in this set, he will be 3-1 up for the 2nd consecutive match. Weathered the storm against Josh Rock. Is he starting to weather the storm of Doets, who is flagging just a little bit here? And you wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, because he's in unknown territory and Dobey is in very familiar territory.
Yeah, Dobey leading 2-1, and he's narrowly in front as Doets comes to the board on 2-9. Oh, that's a great last start. Somehow squeezed it in the treble for a 140 to leave 89. Dobey on 2-11 would have liked a full house of treble 19s. He's down to 78, so pressure on Doets.
Treble 19 for him though. The Dutchman takes 89 in 2 darts. Faultless starting there from Hawkeye. You don't get a nickname like that without being sharp when it comes to things going through the air. Beautiful shot. Treble 19, double 16. Made it look simple. And yes, Dobey's starting to get that rhythm, but trust me, Doets is really starting to find something now. He's going to need to. This is turning into an excellent game.
It is. Dobey on his own throw leads 2-1, but trails a leg to 0 in set 4. You're live on talkSPORT 2. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson with you. Chris Mason, part of our team today, and Danter will be back New Year's Day to complete the full house. He'll take you through 4 high-quality quarter-final ties.
2-6-1 Doets. Dobey now 178, 1-0 down in set 4, but it's 2-1 to Chris Dobey of Northumberland. 2 treble 20s for Doets. 140. He really has figured out his 140 since the end of set 1, Mark, because after set 1 he had none. Now he's got the most of both players.
Yeah, and they're equal on the 180s, so he's starting to up his scoring, Kevin Doets, but as you mentioned, didn't get a look in the last set. 1-2-1 for a break of throw. It's treble 17 for the bull. Can't find the treble 17. So Dobey back to hold throne in Shanghai, 120 points.
Let's see where the first start goes. If it's low, he might go 2 bulls. It's in slightly awkward, has to go high left on the single 20. That's what he's done. Back to the right-hand side of the hockey. Double top. Goes in a little bit sideways. And Doets has got a chance of breaking here. 64 for 2-0.
Wow, hits big 7. He was going for the 16 segment. So it's going to have to be 1 dart at tops for a break of throw, and that chance is gone. And he will be ruining the fact that first dart was such a loose effort.
Tops again for the number 15 seed. Low and left by a good 2 centimeters. Double 10, much better. Right in there. This is going to be a really important set. Set 4 always is. If someone's dominating, it can win them a match in best of 7. But if it's 2-1 either way, someone gets it, they're level, the other person gets it, they've got a 2-set cushion. This is where set play really comes into its own.
Yeah, it is. 1 leg can mean so much. Doets. Oh, that is a disaster. Well, he hit single 20 and big 5, and then knocked the big 5 out to score only 20. So an opening here for Chris Dobey.
He's only lost 10 points there. I know that Kevin's not pleased about 2 darts on the floor there, but if you compare these 2 players, Doets has had rejections from the board. Dobey hasn't, and he's made him pay by hitting a 5th maximum. Talk about salt in the wound.
Timing. to perfection. Doets somehow only 100, but now he finds himself behind. Dobey's nicked the darts here. 1-1 in the fourth set. 2-1. Dobey leads. Well, that's a poor dart from Chris Dobey. Dragged low. Can't find the 19s. Only 43. So Doets is breathing a huge sigh of relief here.
Absolutely right. Hesitates on his first dart there, but it doesn't really matter. 2 treble 20s is all he can muster, but he's still first to the finish, even after having two darts on the floor in this third leg of the fourth set. Downstairs for Dobey. 96 leaves 82. Key exchange here now with Doets on 101.
Yeah, got to get a treble. Oh, treble 5. Shot not yet done. He's got to go treble 18. That's his only way out now. And he misses and hits big 4. Kevin Doets is just getting a little bit scruffy around the edges at the moment, and maybe that's the pressure building.
Dobey on 82. This is for a break of throw. 25 hit, 17 found, only just on the left-hand side. Tops. He knows it, and it's there. One more leg, and Dobey will be 3 sets to 1 up at the final break.
Good leg against the darts from Dobey, who's now got the throw to go 3-1 up. He was in the red bit, then in the treble 5, and single 5. So an opening again for Kevin Doets, but he has just been a little bit scrappy there, Doets, missing big numbers a couple of times.
The difference between a good dart player and a great dart player is similar to a line from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You can be the best player in the world in your own hallway or your darts room at home, but can you hit the shot when you must? That's what Kevin Costner said, and right now that person is in black and white. That 82 was very big indeed.
Kevin Doets here is in danger of slipping out without landing a glove on Dobey, who leads. A ton takes him down to 2-8. Doets still on 4-01 here. He's got to go big and go big quickly.
It's got to be brilliant, and it is. Gets him back in the leg, that 180 on 221. Dobey was massively in front, but now he's 7 behind. Small 5, his cover's got to be good. It's pinpoint. 2 treble 19s either side of that 57 bed to leave 109 to win set 4 by 3 legs to 1.
Doets has been so close on that top wire, just can't get it in. This for the set then, and a 3-1 lead. Shot still on, he's hit single 5 from 109. He's got to go treble 18. He can't find it. Doets is going to get an outside look at 161.
Dobey doesn't know what to do, so he decides to go for the bullseye with 86 left because the 54 was blocked. 161. Doets is not going to find it, but how small can he make it? With Dobey on 61 for the set, the answer is, with the last start bullseye, Doets leaves 71.
61 then for 3-1. He's gone, well, he went for treble 15, he's hit treble 2, so 55 left to stay that area of the board. Hits again just a single. Tops then for a 3-1 lead, 21. And a chance is gone. So Doets here to break back. This is massive.
Dobey's lost his rhythm over the last 2 minutes. Treble 13 found by Doets on 71. Can he find double 8 with his last dart? It's critical. It's a break back. And we are on the knife edge of this game right now. A 1-leg shootout will give us a 3-1 advantage for Dobey, or a 2-2 game for Kevin Doets, and another dramatic game for the young man from the Netherlands.
It's incredible how important this leg is. Only 60 for Doets, who was the back marker in that last leg, but somehow found a way to win it. Dobey here looking to get big numbers on the board. He's starting to drift into treble 5 an awful lot. 55. Only 55 in response for the man from the northeast.
Yeah, like I said, in the middle of the last leg, he's lost his rhythm. He was starting to find that slightly quicker speed 59, where he looked really comfortable and at ease. Now he's a bit more deliberate because he just doesn't feel as comfortable as he was. Is he starting to find it again, I wonder? He has 2 treble 20s. 140's pretty good. That leaves him 76 ahead, but not for long. Doets back at the hockey. Grand total of 100, but it could have been better.
Could have been 282 for Doets. Dobey on 306. Single 19. Then the treble coming back up. Oh, it's single 1. So Some good work followed by some lackluster work as well. He's got an advantage, and again Doets is right on that top wire. 3 within a millimetre of the top wire, but none in the treble.
Yeah, the only compliment you can pay Kevin there is good gripping, but everybody here at Ali Pali is gripped by this one. They know how big this is, and that maximum number 6 for Chris Dobey will give him set shot at 49, and it is for a 3-1 lead in this last 16 match on talkSPORT 2.
Biggest leg of the match so far. Dobey first in, 17 hit, 2 darts in hand for a 3-1 lead. Double 16 just outside, plenty to aim at here, but he doesn't find the adjustment. Doets was waiting, not looking. Now he needs 128 for the set.
Well, this would be unbelievable. First dart, small 18, needs a 60, doesn't get it. It's drastically low. It was never going to get there, and with 90 left in 1 dart and a 54 blocked by his own first shot, he's got to go bullseye. Hits a 25 just in case, but Dobey now, shades of set 1, already missed set darts. He will think he can't miss again, and he shouldn't.
2 16s inside, double 8, a minor adjustment inside. Now he's got to go right across the board. Doets is hoping, and Dobey misses. 5 set darts to go 3-1 up, and Doets cannot believe his luck. This is for an absolute steal. He needs 65.
Dobey can't believe he's just done that. Doets can't believe he's still throwing in this set. Is it another 25 for tops? He gets the 25 in the top right corner. He gets the tops as well. Go and get it, Kevin. It's only just hanging in the board. Dobey needs a break. He cannot believe he's just lost that 4th set. And Kevin Doets can't believe he's won it. We've got another thriller on our hands. They're both leaving the stage at very different speeds. Dobey basically runs off the stage, and Doets ambles off the stage right now. They'll take a breather, as will I, as will Mark Wilson. But when we come back, it is the conclusion of Dobey Doets at 2-all.
Kevin Doets somehow is staying alive in his match with Chris Dobey. It is 2-2 in sets, race to 4 for the right to meet Gerwen Price here on New Year's Day in the World Championship quarter-finals. Dobey missed 6 darts for that 4th set for a 3-1 lead. He must be kicking himself as he is just back up on stage, warming up, ready for set 5. Still to come this afternoon, Robert Owen takes on Callan Ridge, Ricardo Pietrezco takes on Nathan Aspinall, and then tonight we're back from 7 as Stephen Bunting takes on Luke Woodhouse, Michael Van Gogh and Jeffrey de Graaf, and Luke Littler, yes him, he's the new favourite for the tournament, takes on Ryan Joyce, another man from the northeast of England. Don't forget as well tonight over on talkSPORT, Manchester United against Newcastle United is live. Kicks off at 8 o'clock with Adrian Durham and the team for that one. Well, we've got darting drama aplenty here. Paul Nicholson, Chris Dobey will be kicking himself. 6 chances to wrap up the 4th set. And it feels like there's still an awful long way to go in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as trebleless visits are concerned in this match, Dobey's only had 9 in 4 sets. That's not bad. But the problem lies in the double attempts. He's missed 22 darts at a double in this match. He's won more legs than Doets, but it's very flashy, just flittingly in this match. He won set 3 by 3 legs to 0, and at that point you're thinking he's going to kick forward here, but he stalled, just not getting the job done quick enough, and now he's involved in a game that Kevin can win. We know how scrappy he can be. He's already taken up Michael Smith by the odd set and Christoph Ratajski in the last 24 hours. So it feels like this game is being played on Kevin's terms because of the misses of the Northumbrian.
Yeah, welcome along. You're live on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Matthew's tweeted us in hashtag Darts on the Radio. He says, I'm listening to the Darts on the Radio, totally unsure of what the day it is. Finishing off what's left of the Christmas leftovers and engrossed in the drama of the arrows, aren't we all? It is another huge day of darting action. It's all live on talkSPORT 2. If you are watching on the YouTube, please like and subscribe. We'll have interviews with all the winners from today on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We've got interviews throughout the tournament and content from across the talkSPORT network, along with our live commentaries, and that's all thanks to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game. Who'd be the top trump between you and Mace? There's an interesting one.
As far as darts is concerned.
Yeah. I sense a little bit of you're not happy that I've even questioned that you're not better than this.
I think you're right, Mark. I think it's pretty close. Chris has won a lot of titles over a long period of time. I have 4 PDC titles on top of the Players' Championship, so 5 in total. Chris Dobey's got 6. He's got a Masters title, or as you may be aware as a darts fan, listening on talkSPORT 2, it has now been rebranded the PDC World Masters.
It has. January for that one. Doets opens up with a 180 against the throw. So here, Dobey, who should have been 3 sets to 1 up, it's 2-2. Dobey on throws on 307. That's what he can muster here, and it's a 140. He's down to 167, but Doets on 224 could leave himself pretty handy here.
Absolutely. Stay straight. Stay focused.
100.
A ton will do to leave 124. Dobey on 167. This time he doesn't leave 170. He's not going to take the 167 either. He's straight into the treble 5 after a single 19 here. He leaves himself at 133. Great last dart though. Beautifully pitched to leave 73.
124, he's at the treble. He should get a shot at the bull here. Doets just gets the 14. Bullseye for a break.
99.
In the green bit, but not really threatening the bullseye.
Dobey needs to hit a double cleanly. Single 19 is okay. Single 14 is fine. Tops. Doesn't look comfortable.
53.
The retrieval from his left hand
55.
to his throwing hand on the right side wasn't clean at all. And Doets is in for 25 and takes it immediately. He's ahead in this match. This is just what he did yesterday. It's all falling into place for Doets. It's just a question of the resistance that comes back from Dobey now, who has now been broken at the start of set 5.
57.
Kevin Doets not worried about winning the opening set as long as he wins the last few to get through to the next round. The quarterfinals await here. Huge day. And a huge day to come. 2 sessions on New Year's Day, all live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2.
100.
There's plenty more drama to come here.
Oh yeah. This is largely seen as one of the best darting days of the year, because everybody wants to finish the year on a high, and if you win on the 30th of December, you're going to start your next year with a big paycheck and lots of possibilities.
Yeah, 50,000 guaranteed for the winner of this one. And then the small matter of a £50,000 match on New Year's Day. Doets on 204, Dobey down to 184, but it's Doets at the board now. Leads 1-0 in the 5th set, 2 sets each.
100.
Looks unflustered, does Hawkeye Kevin Doets. That's a nice quality to have in a game like this. Dobey's 184 is coming down. Grand total of 140 more. His 11th 140 of the contest, just like Kevin's. 104 doesn't get the requisite amount of 19s, Kevin, to leave double 14. He can only leave 56, and Dobey's on 44 to break back immediately on double 16 because the single 12 is safe. Needs to hit a double. Keeps missing double 16. Last start, misses to the right, and he is begging to find the outer ring, but can't.
By my calculations, that's 9 darts he's missed in a row at double. Doets here needs tops. Oh, that's an inch short. Double 10. Gets it. 2-0 up against the Dobey darts here. Dobey's got the throw in leg 3, but he's got to win this just to stay in it. But going back to that, he missed 5 darts right in the 5th leg. Missed a dart before that in the 4th leg of set 4. He's got double trouble.
140.
I don't know if you remember the game that Newcastle had with Liverpool earlier this season at St James's, Mark, but this game is so similar to that. Newcastle take the lead. Then there's an equaliser. Newcastle take the lead again. And then all of a sudden, it looks like Liverpool are about to take the lead. And by the way, Kevin Doets is the Liverpool of this game. He's within 1 leg of being 3-2 up. Dobey's going to have to find some sort of Fabian Schär activity at the end of this one by the looks of it.
Well, either that or he's going to need a Kevin Kelleher, because he made the mistake at the end, didn't he, that let Newcastle in on that night. Newcastle at Manchester United live on talkSPORT tonight, 8 o'clock. Here, Dobey hits the 134, down to 186. Doets 262. Ooh, that's a loose dart. Needs trebles. Can't find one. Poor visit from Doets, but he'll be having one eye on leg 4, because if he holds his throw, he's going to be 3-2 in front.
That's what pros do. They will back themselves when they have the throw. Dobey's doing his job. Finds himself on 61, but scoring hasn't been the problem. Another dart on the floor for Doets means that a finish isn't being left here. So Dobey has time, but it doesn't matter. He just needs a clean take. Small 15. Big 14 leaves 32, and he takes a bit of time here, and he's just making sure that he has got 32 left. He's in a bit of a tiz.
Why does he keep leaving it? Because he keeps missing it.
Dart players are stubborn.
Well, that's 10 in a row he's missed now. He will be back for double 8. Just wipes the sweat from his hands, Chris Dobey. Led 2-1 here. It's 2-2 in sets, this to make it 2-1, and he gets it right in the bottom corner. Almost dejectedly trudges up to get his darts, but he's back in the set. Doets with a throw here, but Dobey knows a breaker throw here, and he's back in command of the set.
That was not his best start at double 8 that he'll ever throw, but he'll take it. It hit the bottom 15% of the bed, but it just gives you the belief that even if you throw a bad dart, you can still hit the double. And next thing he does is hits a max.
100.
He's taken the darts off Doets. Doets on 3-4-1, but Dobey's, well, he's on a 9. He's on 3-2-1. He might be on a 9 as well. He is on a 9. Oh, yes. Dobey's in. Needs a breaker throw. What a way to get it would be.
Well, if he hits this, he's got to do an Alan Shearer with his right hand in the air. Dobey, for a perfect leg, needs 141. Doesn't get dart number 7, but the focus is right there, because he's right now on getting this leg and having a chance to win the set on his darts. But he's still got job to do. Here comes Kevin. He's back with a max himself, so the job has got pressure on it. 59 for Chris.
19 for top. Oh, he's hit big 7. So he's only going to get 1 dart at double. That's if he can hit the big number. 52 left, so it's 20 for double 16. And a breaker throw to level up the match. It's a mile away. It's a mile away, and he knows it. Doets needs 65. He took this out to win the last set. He hasn't hit the green, but that's a disaster. He's hit big 2, so it's going to have to be 13 for the bullseye. Not straightforward. Ball for the set, and he's missed it. That first dart, crucial.
1 set dart missed by Kevin. Will he get any more chances? Dobey's on double 8. Misses it just outside. Is it a marker? The second one is in the same sort of place. It's definitely not a marker. Last dart. It's his first dart that has been rejected from the dartboard in the entire event.
Kevin, you acquire 25.
25. Oh, 3 sets to 2 in front for Kevin Doets. Got to hit the big number, does. 2 darts at double 8. Right on the wire, 1 left in his hand, and he's busted his score. His single 17. Dobey cannot believe it. His family are going through the ringer as he waits for his next turn, and he needs to level up the set.
Doesn't get it. Over for double 4. Trying to stay calm. It's a terrible dart. It's right in the middle of the single. Double 2 with pressure on it, and he's found it. Where's he found that from? And his mum is screaming at him, and he just gesticulates to the crowd that we have a Desmond game. 2 sets all, 2 legs all. Who knows what happens next? Dobey's got the darts, and he's in the top left corner, trying to nestle the second one in, but misses it by pulling it. 85 is a solid start under pressure.
How did he find that double 2? That double 4. Doets has just had a 57 on the floor, and that could be crucial here. Dobey with a throw with 2 sets each, 2 legs each, race to 4 sets. Talk about drama in the opening game of the day here.
84.
When you're at St James's Park, the fans sing "Walking in a Shiro Wonderland." That might get the hairs on the back of the neck of Dobey standing up. He's a massive Newcastle fan. Been a season ticket holder for years. Steady 85 scores with the last 2 visits. His cover on the treble 19 at times in this match has been so good, but that's magnified by the fact that he's just hit 2 treble 19s there to establish a very decent lead. Now his lead is cut to 72 points, but he's still got it.
He's in the red bit. This is good from Dobey. Another one would leave him a 2 dart out. A ton leaves 98. Doets on 270 here. He's in the red bit. He'd love to fill this up. Needs 2, you feel, minimum. Gets 2.
Does Dobey need double 19 after a 60 to win the set? Single 20 says no. He gets treble 18. It's a different double. Double 12. And he's pulled it into the 9. Now Doets can win the set, possibly on the ball with a 130.
He'd love a treble first up. He's got one. He's just got to stay straight. He does. Bullseye for the set. And a 3-2 lead. He's got it. Not a flicker. Not one flicker from Doets. Dobey errs a set dart, slips through his hands, and Kevin Doets is doing what Kevin Doets does. Somehow he's staying in the contest, and once again he hits the bullseye, and now he leads by 3 sets to 2.
Every game he's played on this stage in this tournament has included an epic bullseye finish. There might even be more.
Well, that's 2 in this match alone.
Amazing stuff from Doets. You might think, where did he pull that from? Well, Doets found it in his boots. And now we've got set number 6 on our hands, and if Dobey doesn't win it,
100.
one of the favourites that are left for this title chase will be gone, and there will be other things possibly gone as well. Like a chase to the top 10 in the world, Premier League spot, they are on the line over the next few days. And most of all, another year
58.
where you're not called world champion. What is going on with Kevin Doets? He's got another 180. He is sprinting towards the line now. He's starting to believe that he can be a quarter-finalist, just like Dobey has been for the last couple of years.
57. Kevin, you've applied 98.
Well, he's a mile in front here, Doets. 98 needed. Dobey on 286. Oh, he's hit the treble 18 to leave double 12. Why is it on the inside? He'll be back for double 6. Could get sticky for Doets.
I think we're starting to understand that Kevin can play long format darts. He's proving it day in, day out, no matter what the situation. Double 6 for Kevin is missed wide right, and then gets the ideal adjustment to take that leg. And he still isn't showing of emotion, containing it brilliantly, and he's the best player in this game, even though his average is less.
Well, Chris Dobey's missed 33 darts at a double, and he's missed some crucial ones as well. He had a chance, remember, 6 darts to go 3-1 up. He got pegged back, and now he's 3-2 behind.
I was speaking with Gezi Price last night, asking him about the usual thing he would say, don't care about who I play. He didn't really answer the question. He didn't have to. But I'm sure on some level he thought he was going to play Chris Dobey on New Year's Day. Doets has another on the floor there. He's had more darts rejected from the board in this tournament than anybody.
Dobey on 350. Only 100. A ton. So Doets is only 51 behind. He's at the hockey now. He leads 3-2, 1-0. It has been drama of the highest order here. There's a hush. There's a stunned silence. Dobey looking to rectify the wrongs as he looks to hold his throw, and that max will help him do that.
Still a doable situation. How many people have been 3-2 down in a best-of-7 match and still prevailed? Dobey's got to dig deep now. He's got 70 left. That treble 18's very good. And there is a double taken at the first time of asking. For who knows the first time in how long? 1-1 in set number 6. Doets has the darts in the odd-numbered legs. And he's fancied to win this match by 4-2, or is there another twist?
How many times do we say that the good players find a way? Chris Dobey now has got to prove he's a very good player. He needs to drag himself up off the canvas. He'll be shocked by his misses at doubles. He's basically, by my reckoning, he's had a double to win. Out of the last 10 legs, he's had a double to win 9 of them.
He will probably not know that because dart players are in their bubble when they're playing a match. But he will feel that. He'll know that he could have had this match won by now.
57.
But he's in the corner and he has to fight his way out. 2-8-4 Doets. 130 ahead. Dobey goes for cover once again. 96. And this time only gets one treble 19 to leave 3-1-8. Doets remains the favourite in leg 3 and will do so after this visit because that's a really 100. Tightly compacted ton.
Yeah, another treble would have given him a finish. What a game it has been. You are listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship with Village Hotels. Find rooms for as little as £49 in a big Village sale at villagehotels.com. Both on 184.
104.
Nice visit from Doets. Down to 80 for a 2-1 lead in the 6th set, leading 3-2.
Yeah, very smart. Here comes Chris though. He finds 136 with 2 treble 20s and a 16. He leaves himself better off on 48, but that might be a checkout he doesn't even get a look at. Doets on 80. First dart is a 20. He has to go high on dart 2. It is higher. How's his tops?
60.
Just underneath. And this is the opening that Dobey needs.
48 points for a break, a crucial 16 for double 16. Dobey remains calm. Double 8 he needs, just inside the wire, and double 8 he gets. Looks over to his family, punches the air. He's got the all-important break. Now it's Doets' turn to reflect on missed opportunities. Dobey now throwing to take us all the way to a final set.
He's got the crowd on his side. Yes, England. Of course they do. You pay for your ticket. There's none of them left. Nobody can get in the door. Doesn't matter if you're David Beckham. You couldn't get a ticket if you wanted to.
58.
2-1. Dobey leads. 3-2. Doets leads. Wow, what a game. How can you not 58. Love the darts?
First start just high for Chris here. He's got the darts here. The 4th leg of this 6th set. He's on a horrible number, 343, but it's 100 ahead. That's his saving grace. 59. Trebleless for Doets, which means that leaving that bogey number after 6, it doesn't really make any difference. He still has control.
140.
Fires in a 140 to get him down to 203. Doets on 384. Got to put that last missed dart out of his mind. 134 keeps him in with a chance. He's got to keep Dobey honest here, right to the end of the leg. He's got to far as he can.
I was talking to you this morning about
43.
Peter Wright at the podcast. I mentioned control, balance and precision. That is what somebody needs right now. They need to control the situation with good balance and precise shots. 160 for Dobey. It is for the set, but it's not going to be found. Small 20 is followed by another one. He's got to stay on the 20s, and he can only bring it down to 100. A checkout that he has had in this match.
150 for Doets. He's not going to go. Missed the treble 19, then it's treble 2, and then the outer bull. So Dobey for a ton. Way back in set 3, on his way to a 3-legs-to-0. This is for set 6. Oh, is it big 5? Shot still on, but it's treble 19 for double 19. That's the only way he can go. He's hit the treble. He's a specialist on the double 19s, Chris Dobey. He needs it now for a level game, and he comes inside the wire, and Doets breathes again.
That was precarious because the treble 19 was dangling in the board. 100 for Doets, small 20, got to go north for tops. He's got one. Has he got a second? He flicks the dart, but it's too high. And Dobey's got a very tricky looking 19 here to take set 6. First dart is a 3. It's right in the middle, and it's 2 darts for double 8 to win the set.
Can he get it first time? No. Is that a blocker? No, he stays still. Double 8 for a level game. Chris Dobey. He's doing the Robert Owen. I'm staying here. Doets reflects on opportunities missed. It could and maybe should be over. Both players missing big, big darts, but Dobey, when it counts, levels up the match. We're going all the way here. The start of a titanic day of darts. And we're going to set 7, 3-3.
He's just gestured that his hand's shaking a little bit. He wouldn't be human if it wasn't. The thing is, sometimes that's a good thing. Starts with a 140 in the final set. Well, you mentioned the Robert Owen I'm staying here thing. Lots of Ross Smith's done it, Michael Smith's done it. But I remember a few years ago when Dobey was in big trouble against Ron Meulenkamp. He was 2 sets to 1 down in a best-of-5 match, and he won set 4 and said, "I'm going nowhere." It was so defiant. I think that I'm staying here from Dobey in this game was just a little bit defensive. Wasn't as punctuated. But he has got a good start to this set with a 140 and a ton. Doets back on 400, but you can't back against Doets in a last set decider. He's won 2 of them in this tournament.
I know we're not officially in a tiebreaker, but you've got to break throw to win now. If it gets to 2-2, we do go to a tiebreaker where you've got to win by 2 legs. So you need a break of throw to win the match. That's where we're at the moment. Now Dobey, should it go all the way 5-5 to a deciding leg, he would have the throw. So it is advantage Dobey, you feel, at this moment. He's on 1-2-4. Doets, nice start, leaves a big fish. He's hit the ball twice already today.
He's hit a 170 in his previous match as well, so Dobey on 1-2-4 will want to get rid of this on the bullseye with the last dart. He's hit an 18, well off target. How's Doets on the fish? Well, big proportions, it's not big enough. He's going to approach well, leaves 74. But Dobey, who's missed 7 darts at a double, can't keep doing that.
This to go back in front, misses outside the target, and again, he blocks the bed, again, and doesn't find it. That's 4 missed darts, and it's 74 now for Doets. Single 14, single 20, tops for a break of throw in the deciding set of the match. He's a mile over.
Has not been very good at double 16 today, but his double 8 has been slightly better. How is it now? The outside, and that's how he keeps missing it. Dart 3 again on double 8, just like the end of the last set, and it goes further away. That corner of the board is repelling his tungsten.
Kevin Doets has just glugged down the last of his water. Tops he needs for a break of throw. That's not a bad marker, just above it. Oh, just underneath, double 10. Wow, Kevin Doets. He refuses to go down. He's like the boxer, he's on the ropes. He bobs and walks and dives, and somehow he stays on his feet. He's a break-up in the deciding set. 3-3, live on talkSPORT 2. What a game of darts.
60.
I'm not even Hawkeye anymore. I'm going to call him the Weeble. It's just impossible to knock him down. How many lives has he got? His opponents just can't put him away. Nolan van Leuven gave him very stiff opposition in round 1. Michael Smith couldn't finish him off. Ratajski mismatched darts against him. And now Doets has actually got the throw in the last set. He's the favourite.
Yeah, but he's come up light with his opening 2 visits, and Dobey's going to make him pay with a 1-3-4. Credit Chris Dobey. He's taken the darts back. He now needs to break back and do it quickly. Doets, oh, lovely visit. 2 treble 19s for him down to 207, but Dobey at the hockey on 2-2-7 and will be on a finish because he's hit a treble. What he wanted, another one. He's going to come downstairs. Oh, great visit, Dobey. Those last 2 visits show he's still firmly in this match.
It's not the scoring that's the problem. He's got the greater average in the match. It has actually come down by 3 or 4 points in the last couple of sets, but he's got 96 here. Stay on the treble 20, Chris. Oh, what are you doing going double-double on 96 when Doets is on 150?
Well, he's left tops and Doets has hit big 7, so the break of throw is about to be straight back. Dobey, with the support of the Alexandra Palace crowd, needs tops for a level game. Just underneath, double 10. Not been down here too much, Chris Dobey, but he's good when he does go down there. And we're all level. 3 sets apiece, 1 leg apiece. Dobey avoids a bit of a bullet there.
I think avoid is probably the right word right now. Stay what you're doing with the scoring. Scoring is okay. It's not your premium stuff, but it is better than Doets overall. Now, you've got to have board flexibility. Double 16 and double 8 aren't working. Stay away from them. If you have an option, leave tops or 18s or 12s. Leave something new.
Cover shooting of the highest order from Dobey. You're live on talkSPORT 2. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson taking you through another absolute beauty here. But Doets on the Dobey throw is not really making any inroads at the moment. 2-7-4 Dobey, but he errs into the treble 3, but then rectifies with a treble 19.
1-8-8 after 9 for Northumberland, ranked player. Doets looking to break into the top 40 in this tournament on 2-8-1. 61 scored for Dobey, leaves 1-2-7. He's going to stay up top. That was the right play. Even though he got the small 20, he still did the right thing.
Doets just can't find a treble in this leg. Does now eventually, needs another one ideally, gets one. He's on 1-4-1. Dobey not guaranteed the 107. Treble 19 the target. Only finds the singles. So it's back up the top end of the board and he doesn't find a treble. It's going to be an outside look for Kevin Doets at 1-4-1 and a break of throw.
Saw this from Johnny Clayton last night against Gezi Price. But Doets doesn't get the first treble. How low can he go on 1-4-1? Trebleless visit. Dobey do on 48 here. Is it perseverance? It's a change of plan. It's 8 for tops, and it's worked a treat. He's points at tops as if to say, that's it. He's taken double 16, put it on the bench, and got tops on the pitch.
And only 57 for Doets. Dobey 1 leg away. 16 of 60 on the doubles. He's had opportunity after opportunity, but Doets has stayed in the contest. It's not over yet. Both players open up with 57. Again, Doets is looking for a big treble and doesn't find one. Key moments here. 2 treble visit for Dobey, and he's a red-hot favourite for the match.
There will be no bigger feeling than relief if Dobey makes a 3rd consecutive quarter-final at the PDC World Championship. This has been a torrid 53.5 minutes of hockey time. Dobey 304. Can he take advantage of the fact that Doets is trebleless and leaving 3-2-6 after 9 here? This is a big chance to win the match without a tiebreaker.
And that is a great visit. He's on the big fish. Doets looks like his race is run. He's run out of petrol, it seems, but he comes back with a 1-3-4. The big fish to win it.
Not going to get it. Treble 5 to start, but the second dart's a 60. He's got 95 and a big 7. That makes the next shot just a little bit harder And with Doets on 192, he knows, does Chris Dobey, that this is not over yet.
Got to get a treble here, Doets. Just wipes his brow. His brain's not working as it should.
Well, he's got 153 with one dart. He's got a better line than 57. And he's decided to go for the bull. The 25 leaves him sub 130. That was really smart.
88 for the match. It's going to be 18 for the bullseye. Oh, he's missed big 18. Dobey has opened up the door for Doets to hold throw. How many times can Doets bob and weave? This would be a remarkable hold of throw.
Well, he hit 25 to leave 128. That was smart. Houses 110 with two darts. Isn't going to get it. Small 18 and a big 20. Then he gets the 54, but it's Dobey. 50 for the match.
Will it be 10 for Tops? It will. Tops for the match to win a thriller. Double 10, last dart in hand. Doets waiting, but he'll be waiting because Chris Dobey takes it out and knocks out Kevin Doets in an absolute screamer here. Doets, his run is over, but he took Chris Dobey all the way. It's the third World Championship quarter-final for Chris Dobey. He'll need to be better than that if he's going to get over the top of Gerwen Price on New Year's Day. But all that matters for Dobey, he's into the final 8. Commiserations, Kevin Doets. What a tournament he's had. He's provided absolute thriller minute. But his luck ran out right at the end. And it's Dobey who prevails in the deciding set by 4 sets to 3. What a start to a wonderful day of sporting drama. Dobey's through. Despite missing 45 darts at doubles, he still found the 17 he needed to get him 4 sets on the board. What a great game of darts. Not the prettiest at times, but in terms of drama, he had it all. And it's Dobey who's through by 4 sets to 3.
It was really interesting because Chris decided after all of those misses, right at the end, when he needed something to pay off, he had 48 left. And he went 8 for Tops. He would usually go 16 double 16, but the bottom left corner just wasn't working. So he decided, I'm going to try something different. I speculated that that would be the route to victory. He tried it, it worked. So he missed Tops in the last leg, but the 10s came in as well. It just goes to show you need board flexibility. You can't just keep going for the same thing all the time. You've got to change targets. It has worked.
It has worked indeed. There'll be a reaction from Chris Dobey over on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We'll have interviews from all the players who win today. Plenty of darts content from across the talkSPORT network, along with our live commentaries, and that's all thanks to the new Top Trumps Darts Legends game. Head over to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We'll be speaking to Chris Dobey. Still to come this afternoon, Ricardo Pietreczko takes on Nathan Aspinall. That has the potential to be absolutely anything. But next up, it's Robert Owen, the man who yesterday secured his professional status by beating Ricky Evans on that stage by 4 sets to 2. He takes on the only player left in the tournament who hasn't dropped a set. Callan Ridge has won 10 of his 10 sets he's played. He is the man to beat. Can Owen upset the odds against Ridge? That is to come. Mason Nicol bring you that. We're going to speak to Chris Dobey, who somehow find a way to beat Kevin Doets. His remarkable run is over, but Dobey marches on. He'll be back on New Year's Day, where he'll take on Gerwen Price. Dobey wins a thriller. He beats Doets by 4 sets to 3.